Hi, this is Ameila and Elizabeth from Twinmusix, and we are here with Anton from Beast in Black. Thank you for having this interview with us today. We really appreciate it.
My pleasure. Nice to be here. Thank you.
So, how's everything been going with COVID?
Well, didn't really affect that much my personal tasks and projects, at least not in that bad way. I mean, the album making was actually possible thanks to COVID, thanks to this pandemic. Otherwise, this new album, Dark Connection, would have seen the light of day in 2023 or something like that. You know, we would have had so many gigs, which is good, of course, if we would have had all those gigs in 2020 and 2021. But so much had to be postponed or cancelled, so we just used the time wisely and worked on the album, and there was not a single boring day, at least not in my life, like during these times.
And what can fans expect from your album Dark Connection?
Well, good music, I hope, and also like nice music videos. 2 videos are out already, a third one is coming, and I hope it's that kind of music that gives a lasting listening experience, so you can go to the songs again and again and again, so that they will take you into their own world when you listen to those. The songs aren't like a way of escapism. You know, many artists kind of made a note about it, about the pandemic. You know, they kind of made it so obvious that they deal with that in their new releases, in their new songs and stuff like that. But I wanted to be clear with Beast in Black that, hey, I think people will get fed up with this pandemic thing really fast, and because everyone is making a notion about it, and it wears itself out really fast. So we totally avoid that and hope that these songs are like a great vehicle of escapism when you listen to them, and forget about the things that go on in the world for that short moment when you can enjoy the music.
And your new song Dark Connection took 6 weeks to get 2 million views, so that's awesome. Congratulations on that.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. The first single, it's Moonlight Rendezvous, and it was a big project. The music video took almost 1.5 years to be made, and I think it was worth it now that it has been enjoying a growing appreciation from the fans and viewers and so forth. So it shows that if you really are hungry for something like ambitious art-wise, like if your artistic vision is something really different from the ordinary, and you should just do it and give your everything for that. And it's a scary thing, of course. The team, the band, and the director, writer Katri Ilona Koppanen, and like everyone who were making it, no one knew how it's gonna turn out. But you know, you gotta trust in it, that okay, you have a good story based that correlates with the lyrics and a good song, and then you have a good team, and just make the best out of it and accomplish something with that. That's the best reward. I mean, the response with people when they really enjoy it, and that's the best reward you can get. And it's also something no one has done before. I mean, there's been a lot of music videos with stories and stuff like that. It's nothing new in that sense, but the way how we connected this cyberpunk genre and this humanoid robot and human facing each other in a kind of a dark love relationship kind of a thing. It's something I haven't, at least myself, come across in any of the metal or pop or rock bands music videos. So I think we offered something new, even though the topic itself is directly inspired by the movies and animes from the past decades.
Yeah, and I was going to say I love how you put stories in your music videos. They're really cool. It's like you're watching a mini movie. So what inspired that?
Well, the main inspiration was the Cyberpunk anime from 1995 called Armitage the Third, and also the film Blade Runner from 1982 by Ridley Scott, and Battle Angel Alita to some extent, but mostly it was Armitage the Third and Blade Runner, and they are dealing with this really old topic, as I said, like, you know, this human, robot and human, when they are facing each other in a world where one cannot actually tell the difference from each other, but still at the same time the humanoid robots, they don't get the same treating or rights that the humans do, and that brings like the fascinating aspect and interest to this topic. Like, okay, what is right, what is wrong, like what is acceptable, what is taboo, and all these kind of contrasts are what fascinate me in that kind of a setting.
Yeah, and you've touched on cyberpunk, anime, and manga. So, how did you decide on these themes?
Well, actually, it was quite natural because back in 2018, when I was finishing the album in the studio, the second album from Hell with Love, I already knew back then that, okay, the next album is definitely going to be cyberpunk, because I already did that with my previous band, Battle Beast. I wrote 3 albums, the first 3 albums for Battle Beast, out of which the 2 first ones were heavily influenced by cyberpunk. So to me, it was kind of a back to the roots, back to the beginning kind of a thing. You know, I go somewhere where I feel comfortable with as well. And the good thing for Beast in Black in this is that for Beast in Black, it's a totally new profile. We haven't done a cyberpunk themed album or themed songs. Yeah, to me, it felt like really a comfort zone, so to speak. I've been a fan of sci-fi and cyberpunk since I was a kid, basically. So it was just waiting for the right time, and it happened to be now.
And you're still doing the European tour this year, is that correct? That's cool.
Well, fingers crossed, yeah. Because of this pandemic, you don't know what to expect from tomorrow, basically. But we try to be optimistic, and whatever happens, let's put it this way, even if it won't happen, we have a bigger plan, like to tour at least 2 years, maybe 3, even 4 years with this new album. And definitely we will go to every corner of the world where we have never been before, and to the familiar places as well, but to do a bigger show, you know, with bigger production and longer tours in Europe, for example. You know, it would be great to do from 6 to 7 week or to 8 weeks tour in Europe, because usually we've been there like from 3 to 5 weeks, but to make even longer tours in Europe. So we definitely gonna tour a lot with this album and come to close to where you live and everyone else, where all the Beast in Black fans live. So we really want to present all the 3 albums that we've released. We want to play those songs live and show what we have become during this time, and enjoy the tour life as well. And at the same time, obviously, we will be thinking about the 4th album, you know, the concept for it, and you know, anything that's related to album making, like the music videos, promo pictures, and the planning can go years ahead, and that's what we always do.
And you're also doing a tour with Nightwish in 2022, so I'm excited for that.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. I mean, we couldn't get any better company than that, so we're really grateful for that, and it will be our first time in North America to do a North American tour, and we're really looking forward to that. And I hope we can win over some fans so that we can go and tour in US more frequently, because Europe is like kind of a comfort zone for the European bands, obviously. But Beast in Black we want like to be known everywhere in the world, of course, and be able to give same production like on stage to everyone who sees us. I know it's impossible in the beginning, for many years in the beginning, because the expenses are always so much bigger when the further you go from your like home areas. But that's the long-term plan, to like give everyone the same show, and that would be great.
And you said you plan years in advance, so do you have another album planned for after this one?
Yeah, I mean, like the concept, I have been brainstorming basically by myself about this concept for the fourth album. But I always do that whenever there's an album in the making, at the same time I'm thinking about the next one. It's just because music writing is so much fun, and anyway, imagination is so much fun. So you can come up with something interesting, and then music serves as the output for that vision, for that imagination that you have. And the day when we stop enjoying what we do and we cannot keep it exciting for ourselves, that's the end, but so far, at least personally, I feel as hungry as ever. Like there's no stopping from creating new material and like new stories and all that stuff. It's just so rewarding to see those ideas and visions come to real life, like in the form of songs and music videos, promo pictures, and even tours. We have all kinds of plans for the touring stage production. Some things are so costly that we cannot actually make them happen yet, but we have big plans for that as well.
And now we're going to ask you our signature question. So if you could have any band play one of your songs, which band would it be, which song would it be, and would it be in your style or their style?
Interesting question. Well, let me think. It would be interesting if ABBA plays some Beast in Black songs. I really admire those songwriters of ABBA, and I would want them to do it in their style, because I believe that a good song is a good song even when it's stripped down into very basics, like just a vocal melody and piano playing the chords, or a guitar playing the chords. And I believe that our songs have those elements, each song of every album. And ABBA is all about having those great melodies and perfect chord progressions for those, and instrumentation is always really top notch. Those guys know what they do. Like I forgot their names, but Benny was one of those. The other one I forgot. But yeah, ABBA would be my answer. That would be really interesting to see.
And what was the first ever concert that you saw?
Wow. I'm not sure if I can remember, but at least one of the very first live shows that I saw, it must have been a country festival, country music festival, but there was this Finnish Schlager artist called Kirka. But Kirka was known in Finland from being a rock and roll guy. He wanted to do hard rock and even metal, but he chose to do Schlager music because he had to do it for the money. He had a family and kids and a wife and so forth. And on that show, I remember he was playing a lot of classic rock covers, and he was on fire. And I thought, wow, this is a really great artist. I really loved that. And he showed what he actually loved to do more, instead of just kind of this really soft Schlager music. and that was something special. And I think that was one of the first shows, but I know that no one outside Finland knows who is Kirka.
But we love country music as well, so that's really cool.
Yeah, well, actually, that festival there wasn't. Well, I didn't check country bands that much. Maybe there were some that I didn't know about, but Kirka was the headliner in that show, and he, instead of country music, he played those rock and hard rock covers and some of his own Schlager songs. But yeah, it was nice. But the first heavy metal concert I ever saw, it was Judas Priest, actually, and it was in 2004, I think, or 2005. Can't remember. But it was around the times when they were about to release Angel of Retribution album. So, and that was also super great. I remember that. Wow, it was my favorite band, and it still is. Like overall, Judas Priest is my favorite heavy metal band, and that was really special to experience that. And I've seen Mano War also first time in 2009, and that's another favorite band of mine, and that was also really great.
And you did a cover of Mano War as well.
Oh yeah, it was Yannis, our singer, who suggested it in some backstage, on a European tour back in 2019, and I instantly felt that that's a great song, and obviously, and I could imagine it as a Beast in Black version, as could he, and that's why it was easy to make that decision. And the same thing with the Michael Jackson cover song, which we did. It's just a great song, and we both kind of could easily imagine it as a Beast in Black version, and I think we kind of succeeded in staying loyal to the originals, but still making them sound like Beast in Black style. But let's see what the truth is. We'll know in a few days when the album is out, so what the fans will say.
I'm sure everyone will love it.
Oh, cool, if that's the case. That's really nice.
And last question, is there anything else you would like to say to your fans?
Thanks. Big thanks for the patience waiting for this album, and hope you will enjoy it very much, and stay tuned for Beast in Black news, because we will be coming to your neighborhood hopefully as soon as possible.
Awesome. Thank you so much for this interview today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Have a good night. Bye.